Hello, welcome to what transformation in Dragon Ball is the most useful. Now, I saw a tweet saying like, your transformation is what form you get. And I was really happy and sad on what I got. Because I got Super Saiyan 3. Now Super Saiyan 3 is my favorite transformation in Dragon Ball history, but it also realistically sucks. And so, today I decided to talk about all these transformations and put them on the tier list to show you what is the best transformations and what are the worst. Now how this will work is we'll give you like a random Saiyan body and we'll just let you go off. Each time I'll explain the transformation and what it does and how useful it could be realistically in the situation. And then we'll rank on the tier list from best to worst. And then by the end of the video you'll see the entire tier list and what is the best transformation to use. So without further ado,
now I'll show you the Kaioken!
our first one is Kaioken. Now Kaioken technically isn't a transformation, it's a technique. I know, I put on the nerd glasses for that one. However, come on, just shut up. Kaioken has a lot of variety, being able to basically put the level at anywhere you want. And you can even keep training yourself in order to better enhance the Kaioken and even able to use higher versions of it. So while the drawback can suck, you can get past the drawback very easily. So I think Kaioken is going to be a solid S for me. Kaioken is just a no-brainer. Next up is Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan is accessed by having a sufficient amount of S cells in the Dragon Ball series. And even Earthlings in Dragon Ball Online can use it when you wish to have your dormant Saiyan unlocked. I know I read that straight from the wiki, but I just thought that part was really cool. There's the first grade, which is just basic Super Saiyan. Very stressful on your body, however. Not as much as Kaioken, but definitely to the point that it could be a problem. There's grade 2, which allows you to get a little bit of a bulk, and not too much of a sacrifice in speed. Grade 3, which has a huge sacrifice in speed but a great chance in terms of strength. For example, Trunks was able to go from basically being fodder to Cell at that point to literally pushing Cell around.
Do you notice me? Do you notice me? Yeah.
Now while Cell was playing around, yes, Cell did realize that the form was strong, just had a speed drawback. And then Super Saiyan Grade 4, which allows Goku to just basically sit in the form as if it was his base form, giving you great ki control and basically removing all the drawbacks from it. There's also Super Saiyan Power, which allows Goku to use Super Saiyan without being in Super Saiyan, but that doesn't really matter in the situation. There's also False Super Saiyan, which is probably just the exact same as Super Saiyan, just probably with more drawbacks. So, is Super Saiyan worth it? Well, it should be similar in terms of Kaioken, just having the additional things like rage and restlessness on your body. However, these can be easily fixed later, and even with something like grade 2, seemingly most of the drawbacks can be fixed. So I'm putting it ahead of Kaioken in S tier. While you can pick any level in Kaioken to build yourself up, Super Saiyan just allows you to have a base form that's just on the level of a Super Saiyan. Do you really want to miss that out? You want to miss that chance, huh? Loser? Huh?
I feel it flipping. I won't watch this anymore.
Next up is Super Saiyan 2. Super Saiyan 2 is accessed by extensive training after getting Super Saiyan Grade 4. Now from what we see in the series, I don't know if you can sit in this form like Grade 4. I haven't seen any character like not be able to sit in it. I mostly kind of just like fall out of it after getting like their ass whooped or something. So you could argue that the form doesn't have any noticeable drawbacks. There's also things like Super Saiyan 2 being able to be mastered to the point of being as strong as the Super Saiyan 3 potentially, which is absolutely insane. Just kind of invalidates Super Saiyan 3 even more. So at this point in time, I'm probably going to put it ahead of Super Saiyan 1. While there's probably some discernible drawback, it's just not clear enough for me to say. At most, it's probably just a long time, but not enough to really make it worse than Super Saiyan.
You're going to love this. And this
What's he doing?
is to go even further beyond!
Next up, we have Super Saiyan 3. My favorite transformation, and it got done so dirty. Basically, Super Saiyan 3 was introduced in the Buu Saga as the pinnacle of Saiyan power before you know Super Saiyan 4, and Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue. You got replaced really fast. Leave it alone.
Stop chewing so fucking loud, bro. Leave that little guy alone. What the fuck is you gonna do if I don't?
But at the time, it was the strongest form in the series, and it proved it well. With Goku Super Saiyan 3, he was able to basically beat up on Majin Buu and be the only fighter to fight Kid Buu. With Gotenks, he was able to basically wash Super Buu. However, the huge problem is that 1, Super Saiyan 3 has never won any fights. The only time it's ever won a fight is in Hirudegarn, where Super Saiyan 3 Goku did Dragon Fist and killed Hirudegarn forever. However, even in the movies, it lost to Janemba, and then it lost to Beerus. Just isn't fair, man. It just isn't fair. Super Saiyan 3 was never allowed to be mastered. It just kind of got dragged on. Even in GT, where Goku got his whole tail back just to access Super Saiyan 3 without any drawbacks, Baby beat the shit out of him. And now we get into our second problem. Super Saiyan 3's huge ki drawback. Super Saiyan 3 eats ki hard. Like that fish gargling that mayonnaise hard. Pause. Once you get into Super Saiyan 3, if you have no experience with any other Saiyan transformation, you're probably just gonna die. Heck, you even got upstaged by Rage Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. How do you get upstaged by Vegeta? Vegeta! Unfortunately, Super Saiyan 3 will be at the bottom.
I'm a bit stronger than I was before.
Now our final transformation, which is the one that's connected to the Saiyan roots, is the Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Super Saiyan 4 basically took the show as the pinnacle of Saiyan strength. It saw Super Saiyan 3, slapped him, took his credit card information, his social security number, and his lunch money, and then ran away. With Super Saiyan 4, while we have seen drawbacks, and if Goku is in it for too long, he will de-transform, it has a lot less drawbacks than Super Saiyan 3 for sure, not having any of the ki consumption that Super Saiyan 3 has. On top of that, in terms of strength, it's consistently stated to be able to scale to blue in like games and such. I know games aren't canon, but Super Saiyan 4 really isn't canon either, so meh. So with Super Saiyan 4, you basically have the strongest Saiyan transformation of all time with barely any ki drawbacks, as long as you have a tail, but if you don't have a tail, you probably can't go Super Saiyan 4. And you can even do things like absorb energy attack. So the form is really good. So at that point, you probably would just put it above Super Saiyan 2 in the list and call it a day. Now, technically, if you want to talk about things such as drawbacks and de-transformations and stuff, I guess I would technically have to put Super Saiyan in front of everything, considering the fact that Grade 4 basically just allows you to sit in it for as long as you want, at least from what we've seen. I'm also saying this because it just hit my brain, so yeah. Now, next up is Super Saiyan God. Now, Super Saiyan God is a little weird, and I'm going to explain why. Taking Super Saiyan 4's lunch money, credit card information, and social security number as well. Being able to compete with Beerus after literally everybody else was like, yeah, no, we can't fight this guy, we're cooked. And then after the movie, Goku would train with this form, master, and then eventually unlock Super Saiyan Blue, which we'll be getting into later. It's to the point that in the manga and even some of the anime, Goku and Vegeta use Super Saiyan God and then switch to Super Saiyan Blue in order to attack, in order to, you know, conserve their energy and stamina. So with some drawbacks, you can easily train and then master the form to the point where it won't hit you as much, if at all. And it even powers up your base. Honestly, I think putting it in front of Super Saiyan 4 is fine. Now on to Super Saiyan Blue. Blue has had a very rocky relationship with Dragon Ball fans, going from basically one of the most hated transformations ever to actually a lot more appreciated, which is nice because I actually really like Blue. I've liked it since Resurrection F, honestly, I can't even lie. Even though I do think it came in a little too early and kind of replaced God a little too fast. But basically, Super Saiyan God is supposed to be the base form, while Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan is, well, the Super Saiyan version of Super Saiyan God. Now, I've always said that Super Saiyan God should have been called Saiyan God, which would make Super Saiyan God make a lot more sense as Blue. However, unfortunately, they decided to name Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Even though I think SSGSS is a really cool acronym for some reason. Okay, editor fade here or whatever. I'm probably just gonna cut the rest of this blue section off and just record this part. I fucked up with the blue section, so here's Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue is a transformation that gets accessed once you have a mastery over Super Saiyan God. Now there is a good difference between the manga and the anime, which I need to talk about. When you first attain Super Saiyan Blue, both forms are extremely draining. In the anime, we don't get an exact measurement of how much it takes away from your energy. All we know is that it takes a lot of stamina, but it does eventually get better throughout the series. Not to the point that they can stay in base like Super Saiyan, but enough to be used consistently throughout the Tournament of Power, for example. In the manga, however, Super Saiyan Blue's key drawbacks are so bad that going Super Saiyan Blue twice in a day will make you lose 90% of your energy. And all Vegeta did was just punch Kappa and then like go back into base. Fortunately, however, they eventually were able to master it to the point that they were able to use the form a lot more throughout the series. In the manga, there's actually just a brand new form called Perfected Super Saiyan Blue, which allows Goku and Vegeta to use the full power of Super Saiyan Blue without a lot of the drawbacks. However, with this form, it takes a lot of time and focus, so while you're in the fight, it's pretty hard to maintain. Vegeta says himself that it's a high risk, high reward form. Basically, if you lose any sort of focus at all, your ki basically erupts and your body gets crippled. But regardless, this form did get mastered more and more as time goes on. While it does still contain the time and focus that it needs to, Goku seems to handle it pretty well. Then there's Blue Evolved. Now, I wasn't really going to count this, but it is technically a transformation. It's not like Kaioken where Goku is actively stacking two transformations on top of each other. This is just a flat out separate thing. So, I guess we do have to count it. With Blue Evolved, Vegeta seemingly masters the form to the point that he can use this form whenever he needs to. It's to the point that even when low on stamina, Vegeta can just pop into the form, like whenever he wants. I would want to say maybe there's some type of drawback, but we haven't really seen it. Well, of course, probably not grade 4 Super Saiyan level where you could sit in base. It's probably still a very strong transformation you can just use all the time. Now we get into the rankings, and honestly, I'm kind of weird on this because I've been like flip-flopping on these rankings. Technically, Super Saiyan would be the best form to like sit in, so it would probably be at the top, since you can constantly just sit in the form without having any sort of drawback at all. But in terms of strength, Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue are the strongest, with them seemingly being always at similar ends. And with Blue Evolved, it basically takes out a lot of the drawbacks that Super Saiyan Blue has and just gets rid of it. So Blue Evolved will be at 1. Okay, Perfected Super Saiyan Blue isn't on this list, so I'm going to use Blue Kaioken as the image. Just roll with it, please. The form is really good if like you can focus well enough throughout the fight. But considering the fact that if you get pushed around a lot, you probably won't be able to, and you'll probably die. Okay, well, not die, but you know, probably just fall off the form. Also, I got a little quieter because it is like 1:33 in the morning. I am a little tired. So it'd probably be around like above Super Saiyan Blue, but not above God or Evolved. Especially with the anime only inclusions, like being able to heal, or Blue Evolved just giving you like insane amounts of like strength, speed, and stamina. But yeah, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed this kind of video. Sorry that I haven't been super consistent. We'll be more consistent with videos throughout the rest of the year for sure. I thought this would be a fun video to do, so yeah. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below what Super Saiyan transformation you fuck with, and if you want like another Super Saiyan transformation to this, just based on what I like. I can tell y'all right now, Super Saiyan 3 is gonna be at the top because I love Super Saiyan 3. So cool, so cool. But anyway, fade out.